Hi and welcome to a new series with Moneeo.
In this video, we are going to walk you through a new stage setup that we have been working on for quite a while.
Yes.
And it's based on the earlier instrument that we called the cube.
We're building some new cubes because the last ones is too small.
Yeah. And the reason for that is that on the cubes we are using MIDI controllers. And for the first cube we have used the launch pad.
Yes, looks like this.
And now we're upgrading to another MIDI controller, which is the Ableton Push. And this size is quite a lot much larger than the launchpad. So we have to build new cubes to be able to fit the controller inside. The basic idea about the cubes has always been to create images on the cubes itself. And these images are controlled by what we are playing on the control surface. And with the Ableton Push, we are able to take that concept to a totally new level.
And the surface on the cubes are much bigger to have the projections on them.
Yeah, it's going to be a totally different visual appearance on the stage as well. During this build, we are going to let you follow us into the workshops where we craft the cubes itself. So it will be a lot of woodworking.
Yeah.
And it will be a lot of insight in how we do the programming for the interaction between what we are performing and the visual graphics that are projected onto the cubes. The Ableton Push is quite remarkable to be able to perform on a completely different way than the Launchpad. Here we can use continuous controllers and control filters and all the parameters in the synths we are using. And these can also be mapped to the live visuals. But before we do that, there's one thing we have to do first.
We have to go to the store and buy lots of woods.
Yeah!
Då ska vi köpa lite MDF.
Perfekt.
Ja, men då får vi ju in de där skivorna hur lätt som helst.
The previous cubes we built were also made in MDF, which is a perfect material for this kind of purpose. It's smooth, easy to work with and creates a great finish. So MDF was a natural choice for the version 2 of the cubes as well. We decided to use the 7mm board so it would not weight too much.
So this time we wanted to build foldable cubes to save space. So for that kind of purpose we needed some hinge and eccentric locks.
Okay, now we're at the workshop and it's time to start to cut the boards. We have been making some plans for the size of the cubes, but it's not until you start to actually cut into the boards that you get to see what it will be like in the reality. woodworking has always been important to Moneeo, whether we built a slapstick or, like in this case, the cubes. The reason for that is that I have a background in woodworking. I started to be a cabinet maker for many years and also worked with that for a couple of years. But actually the reason for choosing woodworking was that I had a dream of being a guitar builder, a luthier. But during the same time I found that studio work was a lot more interesting, so instead I started a professional studio together with two of my friends.
Since it was over 10 years ago we built our other cubes, the smaller ones, we thought it was about time we built some new ones. For Moneeo, the cubes always been kind of a trademark on stage. And since there is always a lot of stuff to travel with, we decided now to make foldable cubes.
Okay, so this is the first time we're going to see the size of the actual cube.
Yeah,
Pretty exciting though.
let's start.
Let's start.
So here we have the first two sides,
Yeah.
like this, and yeah,
There we have it. I mean, it's kind of large.
it is.
It's much larger than I thought it would be. It feels a little bit strange since we're used to see these smaller, thinner cubes, to see this larger one. But actually, this will be absolutely perfect to project images. We got a bigger surface on this one.
And we gonna fold it in, yeah.
Make it foldable so it's will be easier to tour with, because this would be too large to put in aeroplane.
And then we can use this as a hotel.
We could use this as a hotel as well. So this is the actual size of the new cubes, and it looks really promising, I believe. And I think tomorrow it's time to put it together and see how this is going to be.
This is the first one, and we're gonna build one more.
Yep. And we start to design the first one, so we know how to make the other one just perfect.
Yeah,
So this will be kind of a prototype, but a prototype that we'll actually be using, of course. So this is a good start to actually see the size of it, and the next step will be to design how to assemble it.
yeah.
Well, that's it for today, and in the next episode we are going to dig deeper into the woodworking process.
So that was the first episode. Hang on to the next one, and we see you there.
Bye!